Right. Well, here we go. The court order scam epidemic, as it affects me and millions of other people. I've been branded a criminal for trespassing allegedly in my own house, where Jackie Campbell and I are the owners. Our children being thrown on the street, our tenants' children. They had fake trials in the Crown Court over 6 months. We were harassed. I was locked in Wormwood Scrubs jail, and they've published in various places on Google that I'm a criminal, and I was convicted, and no evidence can be produced, but obviously has a big impact on our lives and our finances, because I built up my business and my income over 30 odd years. I had like a pension, an income running about £10,000 a month. I could live my life and assist a lot of other people and victims. So now they stop my income based on criminal convictions. So this is an attempt to get Google to remove those false reports and publications, because the court has now confirmed in writing that there was never any prosecution against me. So I hope Google can take the heed, and I hope this can educate a few people and keep the pressure on the scammers to stop the scam. So this is Google's removal notice, and they are asking you to fill out the information, which I'm surprised to find they got quite a good facility to do the job. Now, Google has removed a couple of my publications where I said the people, including Andrew Bailey, who robbed us, were child abusers, because they put our children on the street without any process of law. So this is what we're dealing with now. So this is Google's form if anyone wants to learn from it and update their records. So I'm asking all the publications where refers to me as a criminal to be removed. And we had 10 publications, one in money marketing, the government website, Chartered Insurance Institute, Financial Reporter, Citywire, New Model Advisor. I don't know who that is. Quatloos, and Assets Publishing Service, Financial Planning Today, Slaughter and May Solicitors. So they ask here, explain why you believe these are unlawful. So number one, my partner and joint owner Jacqueline Campbell and I have never been served with any proceedings issued by the court, as affirmed by the Caseman records and the Ministry of Justice via our MP, making claims to such proceedings a legal and lawful nullity. There is no law in England and Wales where we can be guilty of trespass in our own property at 180 Churchill Road, EN4 8PP, as of the 1st of April 2015. The court has confirmed in writing on the 9th of July 2019 that no information was ever laid against me pursuant to Rule 99 of the Magistrates Court Rule 1981. The Google platform has been liberally used to defame me with the intent to weaken me in a war of attrition to cover up criminal activity against my vulnerable family by way of misconduct in public office. All data which is known to be inaccurate, misleading and false (common law) must be removed forthwith, failing which the CEO of Google UK and Ireland Limited, Ronan Harris, is in violation of Section 8 of the Abettors and Accessories Act 1861. Google shall notify the authorities pursuant to the direction of Lord Widgery, CJ, in Regina versus Brentford Justice ex parte Catlin. The closing comments where I quote, "It must, however, be remembered that before a summons or warrant is issued, the information must be laid before a magistrate, and he must go through the judicial exercise of deciding whether a summons or warrant ought to be issued or not. If a magistrate authorizes the issue of a summons without having applied his mind to the information, then he is guilty of a dereliction of duty, and if any particular justice's clerk's office a particular practice goes on of summonses being issued without information being laid before the magistrates at all, then a very serious instance of maladministration arises, which should have the attention of the authorities without delay." So Google has a duty now to file a report. 10 counts of false search engine occurrences that I'm a criminal. So they ask to put where it says, number one, the FCA says Mr. Badaloo's criminal conviction, because I can't be expected to act with probity because of my conviction. Where is this conviction? The applicant's criminal conviction, someone else said, he's on. The Chartered Insurance Institute said I uploaded inaccurate and unprofessional statements. I tape recorded the conversation where the lady said she had a court order when then she said she didn't have a court order. So that's quite a bad thing to hold against an individual. And then when I put it on YouTube, they said it's unprofessional. So I think that's very professional to capture exactly what was said. Another one, I was convicted of trespassing. Another one, I was convicted. Another one, all referring to a conviction. And the publication on Google search engine is harming my reputation. I'm losing a lot of my livelihood, and my staff and everyone is being affected here. And here that Google said, this is a very important thing on Google. I swear on the penalty of perjury that the information in this notification is accurate, and then I'm authorized to report this alleged violation. So here they're talking about a penalty of perjury. Fantastic. It's so great to see somebody talking about penalty of perjury. The last person I'm aware who got done under the Perjury Act 1911 was the Conservative MP, I think it was high up in the party, Jonathan Aitken. And he got a long jail sentence as well. So I'm glad that Google is dealing in perjury, because all these publications are an act of perjury because they're using the authority of the court falsely. So here we go, confirm, blah, blah, blah. So that's the Google bit. So I'm just going to go quickly to something which I hope I can find it quickly. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is Sod's Law. This is what I filed in the Court of Appeal on the 6th of December. I filed it by hand and got it stamped, and then I followed up with recorded delivery, registered delivery. So there it is stamped, and I served the FCA, and when I phoned them up to chase, they said they haven't received it. That's a Court of Appeal in Great Britain here. They haven't received it. This is like child's play with my life. So no response since 6th of December. neither from the FCA nor the Court of Appeal. Now, in the meantime, the FCA chief, whom I've addressed this to, Andrew Bailey, has been promoted to Governor of the Bank of England. So before him, Tracy McDermott, who was asked to resign, I believe, was dealing with this matter. Then Andrew Bailey comes along. I said these people who were making these allegations were child abusers. Google took down that comment. But if you throw children on the street multiple times, you are child abusers. I'm very sorry. It's reality. We have it on video. This is my case. It says they address to Andrew Bailey and the Court of Appeal. The man or woman who allegedly made the allegation to the FCA in January 2016 and who remains undisclosed have never managed to supply any documentary evidence stating any law in England and Wales verifying that the properties of our matrimonial home, the proprietors, being myself and Jacqueline Campbell, were lawfully evicted and our personal and business goods were lawfully taken, and that we could be trespassers whilst being owners at the land registry as at the 1st of April 2015. The County Court at Barnet has affirmed in writing, which is backed up by the caseman records, that no fees have ever been paid to issue proceedings against the owners and lawful occupiers, being myself, Jacqueline Campbell, Romy Badaloo, and Christopher Badaloo, in claim number 3BT01335. It is now beyond question that the criminal offence took place against myself and lawful occupiers in violation of Section 1 of the Protection from Eviction and Harassment Act 1977 and the Tort Interference with Goods Act 1977 against a vulnerable family. The Chartered Insurance Institute and FSB have accepted that there is no conviction being impossible in fact and law and retained our membership, which highlights irregularities of the FCA's actions. Aviva PLC has restored our commissions based on their own due diligence as per the FCA guideline 3.5, where it basically says you must not accept or believe anything they publish without doing your own due diligence. And then it went on to say anything they publish can't be used in a court of law. But the problem is nobody reads the fine print, and then people use this information against me somehow. So it's totally unfair and defamatory, and hopefully we will sort it out. The evidence suggests that the authority of the HMCTS has been falsely and repeatedly used to harass my vulnerable family to cover up the fact that the charges placed on our properties are illegal, void, and fraudulent. On June the 7th, 2019, the Hendon Magistrates Court confirmed that no information was ever laid against me to commence a prosecution in compliance with Rule 99 of the Magistrates' Rules 1981. The fact is reflected in the computerized criminal caseman records, which verifies that there is no such prosecution proceedings. I require, based on the new evidence, a revise and review of the matter and quote Regina versus Brentford Justice ex parte Catlin, the closing comments of Lord Widgery, which I went through before. Basically, you cannot have a prosecution without a lay of information and evidence and statements and all these kind of things. So they couldn't prosecute me because you would have to put the title of the property with your evidence if you want to say I'm a trespasser and my family are trespassers. And of course, if they put the title, the magistrate would have to throw the case out. So there you go. I signed it, thumbprinted it, copyright my name, everything done as professionally as I can. And this is a confession from the civil court. There is no registered money judgment showing in this matter. So you don't have a county court judgment. I don't owe you any money. How did you do all these other things? It's straight, black and white, straightforward violence, I'm afraid. Provide me the receipt for the court fee. No such document exists. Provide me the receipt for the fee paid to issue any warrant against me. No such document exists. This is from the court itself, Barnet County Court. So, you know, why am I still being treated as if? So we go down here. I asked the Hendon Magistrates Court, please provide me with a copy of the information which was laid at the Hendon Magistrates Court and served on me to issue the proceedings. And I got the answer. The matter was related to police charge, blah, 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 blah. They would not have laid information before the court. So you can't have a prosecution without the laying of information. That means all the harassment I went through and locked in jail in Wormwood Scrubs and 6 months trial in the Crown Court is all fake and make-believe. And how many people are going through this? Why does everyone choose to call me when I'm on a live thing? Come on. Come on, don't keep calling, please. Let me finish. Right, so I'm practically nearly finished now. And this is my certificate of service where I served the FCA and they haven't responded. Very much out of order. So anytime you got your rights, they don't reply. And when they're doing unlawful stuff and sending, you know, I've had over 100 illegal bailiffs. So why can't they reply in writing, tell me what they have to say, and then deal with it properly and lawfully? They would not have laid information. This is affecting millions of people, and so help me God, we're gonna crack this. This court order scam has to stop. Please sign the petition at www.scambuster.tv. Thank you very much and God bless.